the last word in a lot of those situations, but there's a lot of back and forth. So let's jump in here to the pistol straight away. Crew attacking Viper lurk wall setup, and a lot of players congregating here. The spike being held back.
That haunt is going to go out, but it's not going to catch a single player, given how passive Crew have been on this open.
Smoke's traded there over towards Mound as well. Icy has a crack at it. Valen opting not to swing with, they'll allow the door to shut.
And with this passive positioning from G2, just back in tree, unless they open that door, try and get a peek, which it looks like they might re-clear. It could be the Crew are pushing up there. They don't know, but there is the door opened and is smoked down as well. And obviously Crew, they're working towards Mound now. And the C site, pretty open.
G2 did get the re-clear at A, so now they can re-establish their resources elsewhere. Prowler obviously met over on the B side, but it's C side rather, but it's Leaf that you're trying to get through. One of the toughest nuts to crack on this roster. Paranoia goes whizzing past his right here, and he opts to give the space up as the smokes come down.
No option but to play for a retake, and these are situations where G2 thrive. The team is so regimented.
Shy tries to peek as he knows Kesnet's facing some scrutiny. Can't finish the kill. Smoke up on side to break it up just that little bit more as Heat would hope to peer over it. Paranoia connects with MTA, 2 players here. It's a reckless push there from Kesnet. He gets the one and it's traded out instantly. And out of the Shy and Heat. Still in this post plant. Here's Leaf, swinging it. Heat from the high ground, able to get him, but gets taken low. And now it's up to Shy. Valen v Shy. And Valen gets the better of him. That's how G2 want to be starting.
What a lovely reposition there at the very end by the IGL. Getting that jump up onto the box. Quite literally 0 rounds of Viper.
Right, that's not
played professionally. And you know, he's talking about wanting to give him a bit of a chance to grow into this flex role.
They don't have time.
He was a duelist in LATAM, but they don't have time. They had 2 games left. This one and one more against C9. And the stakes here are obvious. The team that wins this, they are in playoffs.
Crew usually don't mince words on these saves. They usually go straight for the jugular and try and make something happen. Door thrown open there. Melza sees no one hiding back in that corner. It will be 2 stacked on this C side for G2. Standard smoke now as you see Melza lingering over towards that B side of the map. The lurk wall keeps Valen at 8 for now.
A little smoke from Valen offers a one-way opportunity for Jonah as this hit's going to come in. Catches it with the first.
Yeah, Leaf caught out there. Guardian finds purchase. Train here coming in from Waterfall would hope to wrap around, but he has to stay behind the turret, and Kesnet was waiting. He won't get back. That's 3. Huge for Crew. They make the investment in Kesnet. Get him a Guardian this round, and he has hit home.
They will always do it. They will spend the cash to give Kesnet a Guardian, or even a Vandal, a rifle on rounds like this, and it pays off massively.
Melza on the wrap. He bided his time over towards B, and it pays off now. It's all up to Valen. That's 2. Not too shabby. Kesnet able to make use of the smoke. Valen threw down there, playing from the edge of it.
And crucially now, Kesnet already 1 off of the showstopper. That is absurd.
Aggressive posturing from G2 at the A side here. This is going to narrow down the options for Crew, as it's going to be MTA hoping to play passively. Gets up the space here, Molly to buy himself a bit of room as the Prowler comes knocking.
And off of all of that pressure, look at the rest of the Crew. They know that they can just walk into C here. So likely that on an anti-eco round, the defensive side will be stacked up together. Now that is the case, but Jonah gives an opportunity for G2 to maybe make a miracle happen and eco them right back.
UTL-wise, plenty for Valen to play off here. Let's see what he can cobble together.
Now this is nice. I love Crew taking this forward space.
Paranoid though, they kind of read it, but the weaponry favors Crew in a big way. Icy and Trent, last 2 standing. Now they're going to try and group up here through halls. It's a tough fight to take there for Icy and Melza bests him. Only Trent here. No time ready to work with whatsoever.
A nice call from Crew so far. I like how they're playing this attack half. And immediately it's going to be that Odin just spamming away towards A main. It's so common, of course, in tree, the paper-thin walls. You get the opportunity to spam onto that ult orb close by as well.
Kesnet wants to move up here. Haunt catches nothing. Takes the standard challenge, and that's going to be smoked off, allowing Crew here to scale into this part of the map through rubble.
Yeah, that attacking side Crew yet to really burst out of A. They're taking their time. They're ready to absorb some of that G2 utility if it comes and then push up. Crucially though, again, eyes on Kesnet. He has got that showstopper so early into the game. The first buy round for G2, their economy could get cracked if they lose this round to Crew, if they lose this round to Kesnet with that ultimate.
Jonah and Leaf potentially positioned to double up if the spike swings back in that C direction. And looks like that is what is afoot here.
Leaf is going to take that first contact. Oh, Nightfall to fake this? That is a huge investment.
Still though, embedded is Jonah P. Stuck around that corner. He hears all of this. G2 know all about this fake. He's selling it.
30 seconds
But they
left.
might have to actually commit in after it. They've given him that A side.
They're running all the way back. They've only got 25 seconds. Jonah is already on the flank through spawn. They could get flooded on by G2.
Valen was hoping for a timing, but he gets paranoid off the angle. G2 have to give up stairs now. Play the retake on A. They give up all the map, but Jonah at least has a flank timing.
Not able to get in fast, our G2. The paranoia expended as well. Basically no utility to play with for this retake.
Tree smoked off. Satchel gets Icy onto the side, but he's spotted out. Here's that showstopper we've been talking about. Kesnet finds one with the nades, one with the showstopper. Melsa did fall. 3 to work with for G2, and Jonah just can't win it out against Shy. Ugly now. His Dread has nothing to do but stand and deliver. Valen already comes up with a 1. I feel like they get close to the end of the round, they got to go for it. This time, no, not punished, as all the space gets given up. So passive from G2.
Fighting more aggressively for A now, our G2, and it's going to be Crew controlling Mound. Perhaps there for a second considering accelerating, but they're going to take things slow. No reason to throw any lives away needlessly on this anti-eco when the game is so much in your favor this early.
G2 so disciplined, they rarely ever overpeak. Maybe erring on the side of caution in this game so far.
And with Crew off to this great start, I'm thinking about the fact that they even picked this map in the first place. It's always been a rock-solid one for G2. Crew recently, they lost it to Sen. It was a very close game. And of course, Sen are one of the best teams that we have. But you know, I was thinking going into this, maybe Crew would pick Icebox. They like that map. It's a weak one for G2, maybe Split even. But it's a bold choice. They're facing G2 on one of their strong maps.
Prowler's here to delay this push through tree, but it's going to be coming one way or another, and Valen is tapped up already. The Molly, scary prospect, unaffected by it for now, so we can actually maintain this drop position. Could be decent to take the attackers by surprise. Valen needs to find a timing and may have just given himself away there already. Poison Orb bloops on the high ground, and Valen, yep, he's got to pull the plug. TP to the high. MTA waiting for that one from the low ground. Double face by Crew. G2 are not in position yet.
So far, so good from the newly adorned flex player, MTA, historically a duelist, but
Leetho coming in from the backside, only able to find the 1. Eventually, G2 have to commit in some way or another. It's ICV3. Satchel back to the high ground. Now we see at the edge of heat, Melsa comes knocking.
Crew almost had that miracle comeback against Sen, and what was it, 7 rounds in a row that they got? So, opportunity for a very hot start. He's the underdog in this game.
Second gun round of the map here for G2. An opportunity now to claw some of those rounds back. Kesnet almost gets a catch there. And IC will be embedded right in this corner. Trenor calls for the Odin, can play off this to some degree. Spray through these walls, but Crew slowly inching forward. That's the door. Timing's good for Icy though. He'll take 1, back away behind the paint shell. Takes a big hit though through that Viper wall and needs to fully extract himself.
Nicely done from Icy, just gonna slip away with that satchel. Get away with his life. And this is a crucial moment actually for the Odin. Look at Shy, he's 1 off of getting the lockdown, and he knows that if he taps that orb, there's gonna be hellfire bullets coming through that wall. It's a massive risk to do so. Probably not going to be able to get that very crucial ultimate into the round.
G2 with a syncopation here though. They take that kill, Icy backs away. They slow the round down again. Trent hoping to catch something here, firing in through tree, but Ice for Crew turning over towards B now, a 30 in the round.
Great paranoia for delay from Valen.
Melsa has to turn and deal with the turret. Crew now scrambling over the site. And patient for Valen, holds that angle, but can't get the better of Kesnet, who's having a game already.
And look at this proactivity from Crew and another post plant, the push up.
Again, Kesnet just going for it here, really leading the charge. Being very decisive on some of these little individual pops. He'll keep an eye on Heaven for the time being. Here is Leaf. Spots him once more. Kesnet now at least brought low. Leaf can clean him up. Melsa and Shy here, the ones standing front and center. And yeah, they're going to win it out.
Just lovely holds on the angles there from Shy and Melser. In its hands, get Shy to be forced to use that lockdown in an awkward situation. Kesnet is on fire, man. This is absurd. What is he at? 12 kills already? 12 for 3? Something like that? I mean, this is the Kesnet that we know, the Kesnet that was taking over in stage 1, that led Crew on that 5-game winning streak. It's been downhill since then.
What is going on?
I mean, he is doing his damnedest to bring them back into a winning position.
Sees the hopes of playoffs glimmering there. In fact, funnily enough, Crew's sort of backslide recently started with that loss in the upper bracket of the playoffs of stage 1 to G2. Kind of coming full circle in a way.
Yeah, they had lost their first game in stage 1. It was the very last one, a nail-biter against Lev, who at the time, Lev and Crew, they were the two best teams, the two that were the top of the Alpha and Omega groups. And then G2 just smacked them around in the playoffs. Such a clean 2-0. Just kicked them off the mountaintop, and they haven't been able to climb back up since.
And again, we'll have G2 set up here. Looking to perish to the blast. Want to find a quick and easy meal as Crew start to back away from this site here. And going back, I mean, the last losses for G2 on Lotus were top teams. I mean, Heretics, Gen G, I think Leviathan before that, so they've generally been very solid on this map. But now they're going to feed themselves to the beast. And the hunger's definitely there for Crew.
Rejuvenated Crew may just stop them.
Okay, is the third time the charm for G2. Looking for a gun round win. Chance to build some bank.
And again from Crew, they're really just not bursting out of A. They are happy to just take, that utility in from G2, bait a bit of it out, and go back, get that space later if they want to, but right now, gathered up outside of B. Dispatching some of that utility, but also of Jonah P. What an entry from Melser.
He's set up on B. Lockdown, of course, here deployed by Shy to try and set this up. We are going to have a Venn diagram of those Killjoy ults here. Melser says, perhaps I'm needed elsewhere. The rest of Crew falling back over towards Baby Door now. And the TP out towards Mound. Well and truly away from the action here. It's a showstopper though. Icy trying to make his way in. MTA though, nipping at his heels. He might try and make a pincer of this, and G2 can fight their way out. Now it's Melser all alone. He was a long way from the action. Now the win vicinity to intervene. Blinded. Paranoia over towards the spike, but from above it's Fallon! That's beautiful! One more and he's got the job done. Trend is half. Back through the smoke, he goes and he receives Melser with open arms. Now G2 can do something with this.
For Economy, if they lose this, they're going to be on a tragic eco just that fast.
Crew, however, are playing with house money. Immediately, Viper's Pit here over on C, wanting to funnel Crew maybe in towards his Killjoy utility. Prowler will check briefly.
Yeah, he threw out that haunt towards Mound as well, so they know they have that control there, and Heat does have one more Prowler, which is an effective counter to the Viper's Pit. It can seek out Jonah P, get the information on his position, try and spam him down, or, take that moment to push through the pit. But they're going to avoid that entirely. They're going to work their way back to A. They're going to have to use that Prowler. You have to clear out back rubble. Prowler from Trent.
That's in response to a Nanoswarm that got thrown by Shy into the Viper's Pit here, implying some maintained presence from Crew at C. Again, really light hold for G2 over at A. They're going to give up much of this, I'd say. Trent's going to get some action here, though.
And that one way over the tree from Fallon.
Dear.
Some damage coming through, but that is crucial. They're going to have to wait that out because they don't have any Prowlers to go through. They can't just throw away their lives there. So further delay from the side of G2 to fight for A with the clock getting low. 22 seconds left.
Paranoia still up here for Valen. You can absolutely play off that. Plan attempt here for Heat. That was the Paranoia that got thrown through, and finally Icy chooses this moment to appear from Baby Door. Attacking Viper's Pit now set up on the side, but they're still going to go for it. Here comes a Nightfall, and immediately Kesnet is brought down. League tries for another one. It's Shy and MTA to try and hold it down. And Trent is taking his time. Shy, a loose end. Will he see Icy's dome here as he swings around? The timing might not favor him, and it doesn't. G2 get themselves now in a 4v1, and Jonah P, better to be effective than clean, gets the job done.
And all of a sudden, things are not looking too bad for G2. they get 4 rounds on the board. Kesnet, how good Melser's been this season. Heat, that new addition.
Again, aggressive posturing here, but Melser punishes Icy. System duelist down, folks. Prowler through the wall means that, yes, crew still want to go for this. They have to expect some more Baby Doll presence, and Jonah P mowed down as well. One after another, G2's defensive architectures are being torn to pieces.
Smoke from Valen to control tree. That was the first time crew really burst out A and fought very aggro early. No one from G2 were ready to break that haunt. A misplay, and it cost Icy his life. Not the kind of thing you expect from G2. Surely a player should be ready for that.
Tried to throw in a variation, did G2. Maybe sick of giving up that A side of the map every single round. The crew love that. They love taking contact. They want to push out on you early in the round and fights. Baby Doll smoke here. This will much to be Leaf's chagrin. Paranoia is going to force Valen off this angle. Now Tree under the control of crew, and they are far from done. Valen able to find a good little peek there. Leaf getting involved as well. Trip with the C's. Buy a bit of time now as Leaf has a bit of a crossfire with him.
Lovely setup.
Last player standing.
There it is. Okay, Spike goes loose and it's Melser. Started the round well, now has to salvage it. Pretty darn good stuff there for crew.
For a dismal first 2 weeks.
He's playing entry on that A side as Omen.
I think at this point has even overtaken Kesnet on the scoreboard, which is pretty wild. And now crew are back to that slow start towards A. You know, they have that KJ turret, watching for any push out towards Mound, which is something G2 really haven't opted for. And they win the fights here again, crew.
Hard to see what the plan is there for G2. Standing out in the open as much as that util drops down, they just straight up lose their duels. Wise man once said, you got a shot, you die. G2 now down to 3. 2 players from stairs for G2, and they're going to rely on pulling Leaf out, maybe playing from upper A as a third.
And what do? Do they go for a 3v5 with the economy in this dire of a situation? Do they want to be on eco for the final round?
They've never had a good buy this entire map so far. The last couple of rounds have been as good as it's gotten, and it's still not been enough. Leaf makes the swing, finds one. That's the best he can hope for, though. And now they're stacked up for Kesnet, and he has a feast on him. This is getting out of hand.
You're absolutely right. This is a G2 that look a bit unlike themselves, and perhaps it's crew's play right now, their confidence, their willingness to be so proactive, swing together, that's throwing them off their game a little bit. But you expect better fundamentals here from a team like G2.
They have the unmitigated confidence of your average reply guy right now, crew. They do not care. Here it is, Satchel for Icy. He tries to posture at least some confidence to convince himself and gets smashed. That's not good for the mental. Not great for the round either.
And those G2 players, they don't even feel confident enough to try to swing, try to get that trade. And I mean, frankly, that is a good decision. Look at the firing squad from crew. Crosshairs trained on that angle. It wasn't just MTA close, it was the rest of them towards Mound. And there was a Prowler to re-clear towards A. Just feign like they're going to head towards Rubble, re-clear all that space, maybe go for the hit, but it's all about getting into Mound here. Kesnet with his 20th showstopper of the half, it feels like.
Here comes Kesnet. It's got to be at least the 30. Will he check his right? No! He gets an entire 21 HP in a dream. Guy's got plot armor today, folks. Some serious protagonist energy.
What a flick shot. Shades of Rafa there, Mitch. Little old man reference. Now into the 5-on-3.
Is anyone else in here? I do. That's the sad part. My goodness. MTA here will be the most forward player set up on that ramp here. Smoke towards Halls is going to cut Trent out of the action for now, but Shai just sits and bides his time. G2 steamrolled.
Since stage 2 so far, I have not liked it too much. Against Sen on this map, they were throwing some rounds away in tragic fashion, losing 4v2s. And throwing the map away because of it. It was a 13-11 loss. Jonah P again with that Sheriff.
That is long range through that lurk wall. He's created an opening on the A site here. Crew starting to filter now across through B, but G2 aren't committed to heading to that extremity yet. In fact,
they are working their way back towards MTA, the new addition, who's been solid so far. Will he try to escape? Wow, lovely tap. Facing to more. That chance to get his confidence up.
Gets the 2. Icy has to expend some utility to bring him down, but Leaf has got a timing. He always has one, but Kesnet's ready. And Leaf throws his head back, frustration, I'm sure. He felt like he had the soul read, but Kesnet doesn't have one.
And now silently it's G2 just creeping into that B site. Jonah P pressed up. He's already got one nice shot with the Sheriff. He's going to have to do a lot more with Icy this low on HP.
No util to work with. Here's the double swing around the corner into a 5 HP target. We know how these go. Kesnet, check your 6, son. Okay, 1 for 1. Jonah P here with a big iron. That's one. 50 HP in a dream. Heat not looking much better with only a ghost to work with. Gives it a tap. Here comes Jonah. He gets stuck on the corner. Slowed up by those shots, and Heat finishes the job. Could have gone either way, but Crew, that's almost a death blow to G2 here.
Looks like he might have even hit that scroll wheel as well to his detriment. Awkward little jump at the end.
G2 are running out of time. Valen tapped up as he tries to TP behind this lurk wall. He's going to go for something harebrained here. Wide, I can feel it. Gets caught by a Prowler.
Oh, that looks like the perfect nade. Valen just around the corner. And of course, it's the star of Crew, Kesnet. They are always going to get that upgraded rifle for him whenever they can. Round 2, full armor, Vandal in his hands.
He's on one right now. It'd be crazy not to serve him up whatever he asks for. Now G2 slow it down. They don't fully pull out of rubble though. Oh man, they're taking so much poke. Jonah now down to 35 as well.
And you know, despite talking about how against Sentinels, Crew's defense was very lackluster, a lot of silly mistakes, thrown away rounds. Will that even matter at this point? When they've converted this pistol, when they're surely going to be up 11-3, surely G2 wouldn't bring this one back from the brink.
I see what you're doing. I don't like it. I don't like it.
G2 slowed up there. Snakebite Poison Orb combination says no.
30
We're down to 29 left in the round. Still very distributed across the map. Our Crew, they're not sure that G2 have committed to this, but we know that they will be ending C. MTA steps up for one, gets traded out pretty instantly now. Help is on the way, but a little bit slow. Shy and Kesnet to play through Waterfalls. Leaf sprays wildly through the masonry at them. It's Kesnet caught out by a Prowler. And Shy tries to wrap to the left. Finds nothing. Forced back. Kesnet wants to hold his ground, but it goes 1 for 1. At least Shy can get the trade. Weaponry, though, is good for Crew. And that's a 2v1. Trent can't get it done. Shy for 4.
Also, heads up, purchases that Outlaw G2. All light armors. One shot from him that connects will result in a kill.
That's why Melcy's playing an off angle over towards Mound here. Not the usual one. But he won't see any action this early.
Crew are really stacked up towards C right now. You know, perhaps a little bait play. They're hoping that Melcer maybe gets that first contact, teleports off, and then the rest of the team try to push in.
The read is good. G2 have done this quite a few of these attacking rounds, right? Pop towards A, pull out over towards C. Melcer is waiting. Spinning the web, but force off the angle here by the Prowler. He'll have to fall back now behind that smoke here and give control of Mount to G2.
But do they dare commit? Does Valen have the read on this? Or will they commit to their own peril?
Does he have the cojones for this?
Now, when it looks like he just wants to keep some presence on C, you know, keep Melcer's attention there, perhaps some other players. Typically, the KJ is going to be there. You could see him trying to clear out that utility while the rest of the team work back towards A. Valen, a little too wise for a play like that.
The hourglass is running thin though, Wyatt. 23 seconds left in the round, and now G2 need to take this up a gear. Prowler into tree, clear it. Satchel now into showstopper. ICC's nothing, nada, zilch. But space has been created for G2 to get a post plant set up here, and Valen finds the right side of Melcer on the B side.
And at this point, Crew, they'll be content just dealing as much damage as they can against G2.
Valen knows it. He's about to get double-faced here. MTA first, and Shy second. Oh, that's... well, not what he's looking for there. That was ugly spray. Giving up a gun there is going to hurt. The rest of the cleanup should be relatively elementary. It's now 2 Vandals for Crew. Still more damage to do, and that's all Kesnet wants. He wants to rattle the cage. Rouse a bit of a rabble. This is all he's going to get for the round here. Kesnet will be bowing out as G2. Oh, give up another gun. Oh, man. It doesn't get any easier, Wyatt.
And already even going down.
Still. Now Crew make the buy. Decent conversion off the bonus, I suppose, damage-wise. Valen, every start of the round he gets caught. This time, of course, the Seas catches him out.
Oh, G2, please. I mean, these are the mistakes that you would never expect from a team like this. 2 times now in Rebel fights, no one breaking the haunt, several players getting lit up, free kills for Crew. So disastrous, man. So unlike them.
We're talking about the most meticulous, disciplined team in Americas. Right now, they look extremely scattered. Prowler's pass like ships in the night as G2 are still grouped up towards Rubble, and Kesnick says, "Don't mind if I do." Flawless here for Crew.
That's been the recipe for success, apparently, on Crew. Maybe things will work out for MTA, Mitch.
Once more, G2 probe A, and in previous rounds, they pulled out to trend towards C. This time, they linger a little longer. 2 Vandals bought into the round.
Bring them down.
And cobbled together by shambolic for G2 this game has been.
2 sheriffs for them. Trent is 1 orb away from that nightfall if they can find it somewhere. But that's going to be tough with his presence from Crew on this A side.
Alarm bot at B2. Crew know about this. They can set up for Baby Door now. Again, they're all grouped up, not really where they want to be. Jonah able to win out there in Rubble is good. Spike on the way through. Heat under pressure here with the Seas. And the rocket from Kesnit lands true. He knows to summon an upper. It's Icy playing safe with nothing but that Sheriff to work with here. And the Spike is still heading over to A now.
I like this Heat. Kesnit staying doubled up, fighting together, double facing. Lovely fundamentals.
G2 can't break this Baby Door position. They struggle with it all round. All the util in the world, all the King's Horses, and men couldn't get them in there. And now Valen has to turn tail and run, and he won't be fast enough. What a drumming! And what a way to make a statement to start the series with playoffs on the line. Crew deliver on Lotus.
And that is a shocking result on Lotus of all maps. I thought it was bold from Crew to pick this into G2. G2, who have only in recent times lost this to Genji and Heretics, the 2 finalists of Shanghai. The Crew lost this to Sen just a couple weeks ago. Threw so many rounds on their defense in that game.